Hello, good morning everyone. And today we are going to see about some misconceptions about MRCP UK degree. Especially we are going to see this from an Indian perspective. And MRCP now is a big deal for many Indians. A lot of people with knowingly or unknowingly have many wrong conception about that. And I would like to clear those things with evidence, and you can go back and verify yourself online or directly with any governing authorities yourself. And one more thing, this video is especially for Indian medicos, and this is not directed towards medicos from other countries, because certain concepts which are pertaining to Indians who are right now struggling to get that post graduation, or who are likely or want to do the MRCP post their MD or DM, this video is especially targeting towards them. Okay, we will see 10 misconceptions about MRCP UK, especially in Indian perspective, and I would strongly recommend you to watch this video, the full entire video, before you have any plans of taking MRCP UK as your career pathway. See, there are two group of people I have seen in India. Two groups basically. One set of people who choose MRCP as their career. Another people who just want it as one of their post nominals. See, for example, some people will be like MD, DM, and after that they will just do MRCP. They just want this as an additional qualification, or just to have a knowledge or something like that. For some people, just post MBBS, they end up choosing MRCP as their career pathway. Those people have a lot of questions, a lot of things going on in their head, and a lot of fraudulent organization has been creeping everywhere in India, and they are misguiding people regarding this MRCP UK degree. I would like to clear out all those things. There are going to be 10 misconceptions I have just added over here, and I will explain each and every one, and I will prove why this is wrong. Okay, let's go. Number one, MRCP is an entrance examination. A lot of people ask this question, is it just an entrance examination, just like just like an USMLE, or just like a PLAB, or just like NEET PG, or just like Australian Medical Council exam? No. MRCP is a postgraduate diploma degree in internal medicine, from Royal College of Physicians UK. Forgive me about my handwriting. First time I'm using this pen, so it may be a little clumsy. USMLE, typically if you go, it's a medical entrance examination for practicing in USA and for further specialty training, and PLAB, same thing for UK. Whereas MRCP is not an entrance examination. Make your concept very, very clear in that. And second doubt people have, MRCP will give you equivalence to Indian MD DNB in the aspect of career progression and payment. See, my answer to this misconception is no. It may be shocking, because lot of advertisement I'm seeing on the internet keeps telling that MRCP is equivalent to MD and DNB internal medicine in India. You can earn as equivalent to an MD or DNB doctor. And some people go overboard and claim that they can do even the super specialization in India after MRCP. Till now, there is no way of doing that as such. I would tell you, you don't need to believe me. You can go ahead and call any random hospital in India, any private hospital, any multi-speciality hospital. You can tell you have done MD or DNB to the HR, and you see the pay scale, and you just tell them you have done MRCP UK and see your pay scale. There will be a gross difference in those, because I have seen people who have done MD and DNB and working, and I have seen MRCP UK people who went to UK and returned back and working in India, and I know the pay scales of both the people. in Indian aspect, it is not still considered in par with MD or DNB. Once again, I'm telling you, you will not have a career progression or payment equivalent to an MD or DNB in India with an MRCP UK degree. Please don't get fooled by anyone who is telling you that you are going to earn 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs per month here. You will be doing DM after that. Please don't get fooled. Don't take this unless and otherwise you have plan of going to UK or at least Middle East after getting some experience. Third misconception, a lot of people are enticed to believe post MRCP they can get into group 1 specialties, because in UK specialties are divided into two things, that is group 1 and group 2. Typical specialty which people love to take: cardio, neuro, medical, gastro, endocrine, rheumatology and pulmonology. These are coming under group 1, including nephrology. I just put a big slide for that. You can very well go through it later, or you can pause the video and see. Many people tell like easily once somebody finishes MRCP in India, they can directly enter into CCT cardiology, that is super specialty training cardiology. They can enter from here, that too without an IMT. I will come to IMT in a while. This is a wrong conception. To be in a super specialty in UK, it's not that easy like many people think. It's not like something in India you go and give up an entrance examination and immediately you will be called for the no. There are interviews, there are a lot of things you have to go through. Without an internal medicine training, that is a structured training for 3 years by JRCTB, Joint Royal College Training Board, without the 3 years IMT training, getting into group 1 specialty is not an easy joke. Please don't trust anyone, any non-IMT institution coming and enticing you that you will be getting into this specialty, that specialty. I will make you a nephrologist, neurologist within 2 years, 3 years. Like, please don't trust those people. You need to go through IMT, or the route is entirely different. You have to go through a lot of other things to get into a training post. I'll come to that later in a separate video. Please make sure of it. Please get this fact drilled in your head. If you are an IMT student, it's entirely different. IMT is offered by certain institutions only in India. If you are going through that pathway, it's entirely different. By just doing MRCP sitting in home, or just like doing MRCP by working somewhere, or doing your MRCP post MD or DNB, and you're thinking you will immediately get into some specialty training in UK as soon as you finish your MRCP UK. No. In Indian perspective, it's going to be really tough. And fourth important misconception is people going for MRCP because they could not do because they could not clear NEET PG. This is I just marked it as a grave mistake. This is the worst thing you can do for your career. I'm once again telling you, worst thing. If you failed in NEET PG, work hard, do the right technique, sit and prepare in the right way, you will clear NEET PG. And please don't ever step into MRCP pathway because you could not crack NEET PG, because this is a long and hard and tiring pathway, because it has part 1, part 2, and there is the climax of the entire examination paces. To getting a slot into paces itself is a tough thing, and clearing part 1 and part 2 you have to do a lot of things, and financially it is going to be like demanding a lot. NEET PG, for any decent entrance coaching plus NEET PG fee within 50k you can ideally finish off that. But here it may cost you in lakhs for sure. It may go up to 5 to 10 lakhs on a budget, including your paces, coaching, everything. It's not that easy. So please don't ever step into this because you could not clear your NEET PG examination and you just want some alternative to be in India. Please no, definitely don't do that. You can very well contact me. I'm ready to explain you why. If you have an idea of going to UK or Middle East or any other European countries, then it's a different scenario. Still you have a long way to go in those area too, but never ever step in because you could not clear NEET PG. Fifth, MRCP is valid all over the world. I have seen certain people giving such advertisement to just promote their institutions. It's absolutely not. It's not valid in US. It's not valid in Canada. Even New Zealand and Australia entering just with MRCP is near to impossible now. They made it very tricky. You need to go through competent authority pathway, you need to have UK experience, you need to have specialty training experience, LOR, college acceptance. It's a huge thing. Please don't trust this lie as well. And sixth thing, MRCP is offered privately by certain universities. I don't want to name the people who are claiming those things. They are whatever, Armenian University, whatever university they are calling themselves. No one can offer you MRCP privately. No institute can offer you MRCP other than Royal College of Physicians. It can be RCP London, Glasgow or Edinburgh. Any one of the three. They alone, they together now called RCP UK. They alone can offer you MRCP postgraduate diploma degree. No other institute. Some institute is charging people nearly 20 lakhs per year into 3 years to give MRCP degree. I don't know, a lot of people are being fooled by those people. Please don't ever spend your hard-earned money by trusting anybody who is telling that they are going to offer you MRCP. Same thing goes for some people are attracting people like, I'm going to give you MRCS degree, I'm going to give you FRCR degree and make you a radiologist. Many people, gullible people are going and getting fooled by these people. I don't know when actually government or anyone's going to take action against these people. Please don't be fooled. Either you go through normal IMT pathway. If you want to spend money, if you have a lot of money, you can afford up to 15-20 lakhs per year. Go through any IMT schools in India, like IMT pathways, like either there are around 5-6 places now which offers you IMT now in India. Otherwise, don't step into anything that is not recognized by Royal College of Physicians and JRCTB. You can go to their website and check. Please don't enroll yourself into any of these universities that is claiming to give you MRCP degree. Please don't waste your hard-earned money. Please don't submit your original certificates to these people. You will be in a huge trouble. Huge trouble. Trust me. Number 7. Only MD and DNB medicine postgraduates alone can crack MRCP, are eligible for it. I'm seeing such stupid posts in Facebook and people are claiming. No, it's not. Anyone post MBBS can apply for MRCP Part 1, Part 2 and PACES. It does not require any degrees such as MD and DNB. But a clinical experience for up to 2 years is recommended. I wouldn't say it's mandatory, it's recommended to sit before PACES. Otherwise, it's very tough to pass PACES unless you have a clinical touch in it. Okay, number 7. That is number 8. MRCP can be cleared easily by studying everything online. I mean, online education does plays a role, especially during COVID. People had to sit online and they have to prepare a lot. But it's not everything. Definitely for Part 2 and PACES, you should have some clinical expertise. You should be working in some hospital and get some adequate amount of knowledge for that. So it's strongly advisable. You cannot do everything online. Some people are enticing you like, sit online, I'm having this course, that course, I'll make you do. No, you cannot. And number 9, this doubt was asked to me by some people that you need to go to give PACES. For giving PACES exam, you need to go to the UK. No, India has a lot of centers now. In fact, next to UK, India has the highest centers of PACES. Like, you can go ahead and do anything. Maybe first or second time the application maybe get rejected, but definitely you will get through. And 10th and the last misconception in my list is third party can recommend to get paces cleared, or like alter your part 1 or part 2 scores. You can find such scammers. These people are scammers in either WhatsApp groups or your Telegram groups. You can find all such scammers there. They're coming around and telling all these things. You pay, I will clear your IELTS score, I will up your IELTS score and I will give you MRCP. Don't get scammed by these people. Please don't ever get scammed by these people. These people are big time scammers and con artists. Never trust this kind of people, and no one can do that for you. No one. And lastly, some people asked whether MRCP is recognized in India. Yes, it is recognized as a membership. This is a straight screenshot from NMC, that is National Medical Council. See, there is MRCP is there. See if you can see here. It is one of the recognized qualification. In Tamil Nadu Medical Council I could register. But is it considered in par with MD or DNB? Then I have to scratch my head only. Still there is no clear cut answer for that. It's still considered as a fellowship. It is approved, but it's not still viewed in par with an MD or DNB in India. Practically speaking, like I said in that slide, you can verify that yourself. Now coming to preparing for part 1 or part 2. This following tips is for complete newbies and people who are average learners and people who are going to starting from the scratch. If you know already everything, you are like some MD internal medicine resident level or like DNB resident level, you know everything, the following slides won't be of any help to you. This is entirely for newbies, people who just finished MBBS and who are on an average score, like they want to do MRCP. This is what they have to do. Okay, the first step I would suggest you guys is to watch all series of internal medicine in any good video series, like anything you can use. You, even if you're preparing for NEET PG, you're prepared for NEET PG, just go through at least once notes of like Marrow, Prep Ladder, whatever you are going to do, then just go through that once. First go through that and brush up your basic skills on that. Then I would recommend you to subscribe to BMJ Best Practice. There you will get all the guidelines. In UK everything is about guidelines. Without guidelines they won't do anything. Every single step is in guidelines. See, to be honest, MRCP 1, 2 and PACES are the same. They just test different concepts. So you have to be strong in the guidelines. Once you have done that, I would suggest you to subscribe to past test and do the MCQs twice along with the past papers once. Then go ahead and do past medicine twice. 2 times of past test and 2 times of past medicine and 1 examination just once you go through. Followed by that, have an intense revision session with a good study partner. I had a study partner who was really helpful during my part 1 and part 2. He was like throughout with me and we studied a lot together. I indeed had 2 study partners who helped me a lot. And after that, at the last for revision, you can go for either ABMA or a crack medicine revision. This one I can recommend personally. It is really good. You can go through that for revision purpose. If you follow this 6 steps, you will not just be ready for part 1, you will be ready for part 2, and your basic concept in the medicine will be actually strong. Other things besides this, what you have to do is just listen to some ECG lectures. If you are weak in ECG, if you are not a good or a pro in ECG, and I used one book called Rapid Review of ECG, you can listen to some good lectures. Lot of ECG courses are available online. You can use something like LIFTL, that is Life in the Fast Lane, which I used to see ECGs often, and a standard radiology lecture and radiographs from Radiopedia. Just go through that for part 2. And there is a data interpretation book for MRCP, which I have said, I explained everything in the MRCP part 2 video, how to prepare for it. And there is this rapid review book by Sharma, but just the last 30 pages of that book is more than enough. You don't need to go through anything. And yeah, some people ask me doubt regarding biostatistics, because biostatistics is not an easy joke. Some people will struggle a lot even during their MBBS times, and some people will think like, okay, biostatistics is over in my life. No, for part 1 it is there, part 2 it is there. You may face it during your clinical practice also, because if you go to UK, there are a lot of clinical studies, everything will be going on in your hospital or in your ward. So there is no way you can escape or run away from there. So I did my biostats from SS Academy. It was helpful. And another thing is fundoscopy, like you can see clinically, you can see for the better, and you can use a lot of online images. That should be more than enough. And regarding dermatology images, you go through this yellow boxes in Fitzpatrick and as well as images in Fitzpatrick. And also you can go through, there is a website called Visual DX. You can get a subscription of it. It's not so expensive. You can go through that for the images. And